Okay, so here we are in game 2. We are one game away from the sweet taste of victory and me being able to go out and get food because now it's like 9:30. We're not mulliganing even though our hand is slow because, I mean, look at this hand. Would you mulligan this hand? You would not mulligan this hand. Do you have a 1-drop? Because it would be bad. Okay. The lightning bolts are also good because I feel like he probably boarded in a bunch of pro black if he has it. And we will be able to wreck him if that is the case, because we have 2 bolts. Squadron Hawk for reload is really good. It's also one of the few cards that can, like, if he's the beatdown, Squadron Hawk is good. If he has to block, Squadron Hawk's really bad. So I'm gonna thin for a mountain, I think, so I can bolt a pump knight next turn. And crack rats is okay. Really do need to see that 3rd land so I can play Rager. Not trying to bolt Squadron Hawks over here. Taking a point. There really isn't any reason for him to play anything other than another Squadron Hawk. He knows I'm not going to spend a removal card on it. That's fine. Plus you can thin the last one out of your deck. It's like getting a cantrip. Okay. Well, we are going to thin for a swamp, and if we don't draw a land, we are in a tight spot. But we did draw a land, and now we're going to go to a Rager on, so that we can match it with the Squadron Hawks here. Now we're in a spot where we can play spells and remove, although I'm not psyched about the Sign in Blood. But I guess he can really only do so much damage with the Hawks. Our goal is to get the crack rats and stuff down so that he has to block with the Hawks. We want him worried. I think he's just gonna play the other 2 Hawks and go for 4 in that. I don't blame him. Get him out there, buddy. Oh, he's got that pump guy. Alright, so we're gonna have to bolt that guy next turn. Lone Missionary. That is definitely good value, because I'm gonna have to trade with that. Okay, I think it's Swamp, Crack Rats, Bolt the Pump Knight, trade with the Missionary. We definitely aren't going to win any races, which I guess is what he's counting on. But if we beat down the Missionary now, then our future gas will be pretty good. We do have the Sign in Blood. Potentially we could draw some Unearths later. We can always bolt the Squadron Hawks if we have to. It's just not what I want to do. I need a Tendrils of Corruption. After this game, I'm going to side the rest of them in for like the Blightnings. Because that's definitely what I need right now. Is some Tendrils. I thought I was the beatdown, but I was only the beatdown last game because of his crappy draw. That is a pro-red guy. That's the Crimson Acolyte. The other one I'm thinking of is Obsidian Acolyte. Well, that guy is going to have to die, or I'm not going to make any headway on... Definitely going to beat down. I could play Land Blightning. I could play Land Rats. Or I could play Fetch Land Doomblade. It's gonna be fetch land and then Doomblade on his turn. Really would like a Tendrils. I didn't side enough in, or Gitu Slinger is what I really need. I'm gonna Doomblade your guy so he doesn't protect all your other guys if I need to burn them. He really hasn't done that much damage to me. I've done 3 of the damage myself. I think it's just that I haven't made any headway towards bringing the pain, not compared to him. Next turn, I think it's Blightning and Ravenous Rats to just clean out what's left in his hand, and then we're just gonna go toe to toe. And hopefully I draw better value than he does. That's not good at all. Not good at all. He will have no hand after this turn, so there's a chance that I can get there. Now he's gonna have less than no hand. Okay, here's the play. Blightning you, undoing your missionary work there, mostly. Textless foil in your face! The question is whether I want to rats him, or... Well, I'm going to rats him. The question is whether I want to use the crack rats or use the... Because, like, let's say he's got a 4-drop in his hand. I should probably Ravenous Rats that away. But then I lose a lot of value on the crack rats. I still think I'm going to do it. I think he's holding something big. Just from the amount of time he agonized over that Blightning decision. Oh, it's the last Squadron Hawk. I knew that. Oh, that's a terrible play. Man! Scrub up for surgery. Can't do anything about the flyers. I could bolt one. I will do that. I know that's not very good, but I might have to terminate the other, and then he only has 1 flyer, and maybe I can race. I might be able to race that. Here's where he plays a Pump Knight, and I just cry. Oh. Rebuying Lone Missionary is very good. He can also blank my crack rats by replaying it there. Tendrils! Unearth. Got anything good in there? I need a Gitu Slinger. Alright, well, this is definitely gonna happen. Question is, do I want to just play the crack rats for the Grey Ogre? Let's unearth the Phyrexian Rager, because I know that loses me a life, but he might draw me into a Gitu Slinger or some burn or a Tendrils. That's gonna be awesome. And I can play the crack rats naked. Probably Tendrils a flyer, gain a bunch of life, and then I'm back in business, unless this is Obsidian Acolyte right here. Yeah, all 4 Tendrils are coming in next game, for sure. He's gotta play it. Yeah, it's a Plains. Alright, come on. Burger King is calling. Give me something I can... Well, that's not bad. It'll pump my tendrils a little more. Let's see what he does here. I think I get in with all the 2/2s and leave the 1/1 back for Lone Missionary. That will likely cause him to... Oh, for sure that would get him to... for sure that would get him to trade with Lone Missionary. But that's okay. I don't even have to play tendrils this turn. It'll give me a chance to draw another swamp and pick up another point. And meanwhile, he thinks he's fine. I don't think he has any spot protection spells. Sack this, get a swamp. This gives me 2 turns to draw swamps. Or another tendrils. That's probably the game. You know, what's funny is he's thinking that's probably the game for me, but I don't see how he comes back from a 10 life swing and losing all his flyers. I might even take again this turn and go to 1. That's really greedy, but we can't do it now. It's been Benevolent Bodyguard counters my tendrils. That's really bad, actually. That's okay, though. A little schizophrenic there, saying, that's bad, and oh, that's okay. See, I think now he's realizing that where he thought he was okay, he's behind, and my Grey Ogres are going to force him to start chumping. What the devil was that for? You're going to do that to get in 3 points now? See, that's a bad play. And I know this is the 3-0 bracket, but that doesn't mean you're, you know... People make bad plays, and that's going to cost him the match for sure, because I have another tendrils that I now am going to be able to stick. He's not winning this race. Even without the tendrils, I don't see what his game is there. Hey, if my opponent wants to give me free game wins and speed up how fast I get them so I can get to Burger King, then who am I to stand in his way? We will play Naked Spectre, and he'd have to draw something pretty good right here. Well, I hope you guys have enjoyed this one. It was definitely fun to make, and not just because I won, but because, I mean, hey, it's fun to be on. I feel like Pauper is a very, very under-supported format. I mean, it's a lot of fun, it's accessible. In paper, it's very cheap compared to the other formats, and I just need to not do anything stupid here, which is tougher than it looks sometimes. I'll take the flyer. I just feel like, you know, more people would get into Pauper if they saw, like, hey, this is really cool. Playing with all commons, you know? You don't like your deck, you get a new one for like $5. So, GG's all around, and that is a 4-0. So, we're definitely going to take 4-0, and we're heading out for food now. So, thanks for watching, and I hope you enjoy the videos. And if you've never seen Pauper before, I hope that's shown you how much fun it can be. I played 4 rounds, and I played against 4 very, very different decks. All of them very strong strategies, and a lot going on. So, hope to see you at the next Pauper tournament. And I am Jacob Simmons. Thanks again, and goodbye.